Hey everyone, it's yours cousin, Kitwana. If you have seen last week's episode of Kitwana's Toys, then you saw me setting up this Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Special Edition Monorail Playset. And during this episode I also very quickly showed you this here, this contemporary resort monorail toy accessory, which has been sold at Walt Disney World a couple of years back, and since I was a little bit short on time, I didn't really have time to include this resort playset into my monorail playset setup, and so I thought I would do this for this week's episode, as I have received a couple of messages asking me about the resort playsets that came with the earlier monorail playsets. And today we want to see if we really can include this with the current monorail playset that is being sold at Walt Disney World. And in general, these resort playsets are really a must-have if you are a fan of Walt Disney World, my favorite vacation destination. And if you happen to own one of these resort playsets, and even if you happen to find them on eBay, then you can consider yourself really, really lucky. These are highly, highly valuable toys. If you are still thinking about purchasing such a resort playset and see if they are worth the investment, then stay tuned. We want to look at it today at the example of the contemporary resort playset. This was the last playset that they had offered at Walt Disney World before they ceased production on all of them. And the set I have here, it's from around 2012. So it's no longer available, and it's getting rare on eBay as well, and be prepared to spend a few $100s if you are able to find it. And the first thing you see here is the very, very attractive box. I mean, the graphic design for these has been fantastic. Look at the difference. Not even for the 50th anniversary monorail toys, they went the extra mile for a special design. It's just a plain, simple box with no special graphics or anything. This here is so much a difference. We can see artwork of the contemporary resort itself here. That's the resort. One of the three resorts next to the Magic Kingdom on the monorail line, as you probably remember if you have ever been at Walt Disney World. Opened in 1971 as one of the first three resorts. And you can see even nice little details on the box, such as Peter Pan and Wendy here, some little character artwork with the monorail zooming by. And the back of the box is actually my favorite, as it has the icons of all four parks. We have Space Seabird from Epcot, the Tree of Life at the Animal Kingdom, of course my favorite Cinderella Castle as being the center point of the Magic Kingdom, and the Sorcerer's Hat from the Hollywood Studios is included here as well. We've got the monorail again, and we see a setup of the actual resort playset here with the monorail going through. And what I especially like is the side flaps of the box. These are very educative as well. Tells you some fun facts about the contemporary resort. If you want to read it for yourself, just pause the video. And we can also find some more character artwork on here, such as Jiminy Cricket, and on the other side Dumbo and Alice in Wonderland, along with more facts about the resort. And On the bottom we have some legal stuff, and unfortunately no price tag anymore, but from what I remember, the sets have been around $100 or so, give or take, when they were initially sold at the parks. And so, that being said, we want to set up everything again, going to unbox the Contemporary Resort, and of course I'm going to set up the monorail again and see if the Contemporary Resort actually is compatible with the newer monorail playsets. It is of course compatible with all the older monorail playsets that were sold during the last decade. This one here, for example, which you already have seen in episode number 38, quite a while back. So I'm not going to waste much more time in explaining the monorail playsets to you. As said, check out last week's episode and episode number 38 if you want to know more about the monorail playsets. For now we are going to look at this resort playset. Going to unbox and assemble it and integrate it into a monorail setup. And let's take one quick last moment to appreciate the beautiful, beautiful artwork on the box featuring my favorite building in the world, Cinderella Castle. Really, really nicely done. And upon opening the box, we can find all the contents neatly packaged in a styrofoam insert. I only hate the little pellets that these are generating. But anyway, let's move on to the instruction sheet, which we can find on the top, and then let's unbox all the different parts. First we have the sides of the building, and we've got the ends of the building as well, two parts, and got more the transparent roof parts. There's two of them, and there's also two support pillars, and there is track, two straight sections, and we lay out everything first, and then according to the instruction sheet we begin to put together the Contemporary Resort. We start with the sides of the building. There's four parts of them, and they snap together really easily. No tools are required to put this together. Simply attach the side elements to each other, and then when you have done that, then take care of the ends of the building. There's two of them, and you connect the side facade into the end parts of the building. They also simply snap in. It's a really sturdy construction, and this is rather easy to do. And then on top of the building you gotta insert the two transparent roof pieces. Now these are a little bit hard to properly install. Make sure that they properly snap into the side elements. This some fumbling around you will have to do, but eventually you will figure it out. Make sure that the holes of the transparent roof elements are towards the middle and face each other. And when you have managed to do this, then you apply the top part, which is where the California Grill restaurant is located in, like this, and we gotta assemble the track. And regarding the track, we wanna see if it's compatible with the 50th anniversary edition monorail playset, because we already know it is compatible with the older monorail playset, of course. So we want to find out. We put together the two straight sections. We have two support pillars provided, but now the question is that fully compatible with the support pillars of the 50th anniversary edition? Since these are a little different, and we try to put this together. It looks good at first, but if we go closer, then you can see the newer support columns are a different mold, so they do not properly fit into the contemporary resort. Unlike the older support pillars, they properly fit in very snug and very even. This is not the case with the newer support pillars. You can see you can put together the track, but it's not even, it's not the same height, so your monorail will struggle to go over it, and you risk the monorail becoming stuck inside the building. So what you gotta do is you definitely need to have one of the older monorail playsets around and take a support pillar from there and make sure there's 3 of the old support pillars inside the contemporary resort, so your track will properly fit through the building. And when you have solved the support pillar issue inside the contemporary resort, you can begin building your monorail layout. Just make sure that you use at least 2 straight sections as well, exactly opposite of it. You will have to do an oval layout, since the contemporary resort contains 2 straight sections of track as well. And I would suggest that you start building your track from the contemporary resort, and as you can see, you can actually use the new support pillars and track. They do fit together. And when you're done with attaching all the track onto the support pillars, then you have a layout like this, like I have it here. I have included the contemporary resort here. As said, it contains 2 straight sections. And over here I have the station platform from the 50th anniversary playset, which is included there, as you have seen last week. And also, as you have seen on episode number 130, this is the Cinderella Castle playset, the 50th anniversary castle light-up playset. This is sold separately, of course, as is the contemporary resort, which is no longer available. And yes, I know this layout isn't exactly true to reality. If you want to set up your monorail like it is in reality at Walt Disney World, then you will have to go to Google Maps, and then you will see it is pretty easy. The castle, Cinderella Castle, would actually be here and face this way. If you face the castle, then you're looking straight towards the north. The castle would be here. And then, if we consider the station to be the ticket and transportation center, the station would be here in the south. And the contemporary resort over here, where the station platform currently is, to the east. That would be a genuine Walt Disney World monorail setup, but for the purpose of this video, and since our main focus point is the contemporary resort, I have set it up the way it is here. And if you have done this with only the tracks from the 50th anniversary set, then actually you will have enough track and even a spare street section. So that's good. We will have enough tracks for that. And now we know that the older monorail playset, the trains are of course compatible with the contemporary resort playset. The track fits, the train fits through as well. So we want to see if that's also true for the 50th anniversary edition. But before we do that, of course, we want to take a first look on our structure that we have completed, since this is of course the main point of the video. From this side you can see that one of the side elements is already turning yellow. That's a common problem with plastic pieces. You may have also seen these on computers from the 80s and 90s that they eventually turn into yellow. That's because of the composition of the plastic. However, there's really good tutorials online on YouTube on how to correct that if you want to clean it. Other than that, we have a structure that's in perfect condition and still goes together very well. It's also rather big. It measures 27 by 67 centimeters. That's about 10 inches high and 26 inches long. And you will see it's actually long enough to park the entire train in there. This looks really neat, just like the real thing at Walt Disney World. On top we have the California Grill restaurant with a view. You have a beautiful view of Cinderella Castle and the Magic Kingdom landmarks. If you have the budget to dine in there, it's highly recommended. And if you don't have the budget, you can still go to the Contemporary Resort if you want to see the fireworks. There's a little viewing platform here on this end, if the castle would be here. That's a little insider tip. It's actually completely free. You can access a little viewing terrace right here. Sometimes it does get crowded, but if you are looking out for a nice spot to view the fireworks, this would be it next time you are at Walt Disney World. Well, we want to see if the train fits through, and of course we have to turn the train off and on again if we didn't do anything with it for the past 5 minutes. We take our remote control, load it with batteries and everything, and we see how this will work. Let's check out the train passing through the Contemporary. Oh, that looks nicely. Looks like it works. The train is the same mold like the old monorail, so I was expecting it to fit through. Absolutely awesome. It's a lot of fun to actually watch the monorail pass through the building. You can see through the transparent roof from the top, and that's a lot of fun to see how the monorail makes its way through the Contemporary. Let's see if we can reverse as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Ladies and gentlemen, before approaching our station, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
And yes, that works perfectly as well, and you can actually park the entire train inside the Contemporary Resort. It is just long enough for the train to actually fit in there, and that's what they actually do sometimes as well, to protect the trains from the inclement Florida weather overnight. They park one or two monorail trains inside the Contemporary after the monorail has sat down for the day. And since the remote is an infrared connection, it will actually work through the building as well. And of course, stopping automatically at the station platform. Then continue. Okay, let's go to Magic Kingdom. We are ready for a day at Walt Disney World.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Gotta pick up some guests at the Contemporary Resort.
If you are standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
And let's pretend it's the end of the day after the Magic Kingdom fireworks. Our train is at the Magic Kingdom and we are ready to go home to the Contemporary Resort.
If you are standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
Oh, isn't that fun? I could do this all day. I mean, really, since the past 2 years I haven't been able to travel due to the pandemic, and actually my last time at Walt Disney World was in 2017, since the prices are now have skyrocketed to a level I can no longer afford to go on an annual basis as I did during the 2010s. But things like this Contemporary Resort Playset, the monorail and the castle bring at least home the magic to straight into my den, the Walt Disney World magic that I miss so much. And if you have at least one of these resort playsets, they really add a lot to your monorail setup. So if you are a Walt Disney World fan as big as I am, then I would really recommend you to make the investment and get at least one of the resorts. I know they are expensive, but the Contemporary is the cheapest of them all usually. You can still find the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian got really rare, but there's also the monorail switching station which is still available, and if you have at least one of these parts, you're gonna have such an amazing setup around your Christmas tree, for example, every year, and you can really celebrate your love for Walt Disney World. And if it's such a big amount of fun for me, then imagine how fun this set would be for your kids. I know a lot of kids really, really like trains, and we can blame them. And I actually have one of my kids here who's been watching in the background, and you already know him. It's Louis, my little Lion King, my little friend, and my little child. And he's been watching me playing with the monorail for the entire video, and I think he wants to play with the monorail as well. And here, Louis, just press the remote, press one of the blue buttons, and you will have the train start moving. Here you go, Louis. Oh, it's got a lot of fun. Oh, Louis, I know this is a lot of fun, and I promise you I'm going to take you to Walt Disney World someday, and then we will see everything in reality, the monorail, the contemporary resort, and of course our first park will be the Magic Kingdom, and you are going to look at Cinderella's castle, and I know you will really, really love it as much as I do, and I cannot wait to take you there, right? And until then, you can continue to play with my monorail. It is of course your monorail playset as well, for as long as you like, each day, every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
And while the monorail is holding because of a slow monorail ahead, we have all experienced this while at Walt Disney World. This toy is super realistic. I say what they always say in Walt Disney World, and that isn't goodbye, that is see you real soon, and that will be next Saturday for another episode of Kitwana's Tour.